And today it's Monday. Yeah, it's Mentor Monday. Welcome to everyone that is over here. And today you are extremely lucky and blessed because we have a power couple for life. If you want to get to platinum, listen to them. Yeah, if you want to get to the highest ranks, listen to them and take advantage of everything that For Life gives us. And today it's a very, very lucky day because today we have open Q&A. That means that any question that you have regarding your products or regarding anything that has to do with building the business, any question that you have right now, you can have it answered by this amazing people. I'm talking about Dave Daughtrey and Gabriela Daughtrey that are here with us. And I welcome you and I give you the microphone because you guys, I think that everyone wants to ask you at something. At least I have many questions, but I want everyone else to ask many questions to you. So I give you the mic right now. Dave, the microphone is yours.
Well, actually, today's Gabby's day. I'm just joining in. I apologize because it's just my nature to just talk, you know.
Okay.
And Gabby knows that, so she just kind of lets me do my thing. But sweetie, if you want to go ahead and tell everybody, today's basically kind of an open mic day.
Oh, that's what Daniel just said. It's just basically if you have any questions that, we haven't, probably you've missed on other meetings or anything. I think I was talking to Daniel before the meeting about how, I think it'd be good, sweetie, if you talked about how we acquired the patent to transfer factor so people can realize. I was telling Daniel that if Dr. Rob had probably acquired the patent to transfer factor, these probably would have ended up in a drugstore.
Well, I don't know. But the story is basically this. And you guys, look, storytelling is what we do. All right. And in the storytelling, obviously you want it to be factual. You don't just make stuff up, but it's not always, and we're using this as a training, okay? It's not always what you say, but how you say it. In other words, I've just developed over the years my method of telling stories, and I find that people enjoy listening. Now, sometimes I can go on and on and on. I think we all have that habit a little bit. But let me tell you about the story of transfer factor, the patent. And it goes back to two men here in the United States, back in South Carolina. It's on the East Coast. Gabby and I are on the West. We're in California. This is all the way on the other side of the US. Dr. Wilson and Dr. Paddock. They are two veterinarians. Well, they're the ones that first secured the patent to the isolation and extraction of transfer factor molecules from cow colostrum. Now, David Lisenby, his passion is research. He loves to research. So he was researching and he came across transfer factor, as an immune system product. And the more he studied about the story of Dr. Sherwood Lawrence, and was somebody type in the chat, I think it's really important everybody kind of understands this a little bit. Dr. H is in Henry, Sherwood Lawrence. So David Lisenby learns about Sherwood Lawrence, 1949. Dr. Lawrence was the very first person that discovered transfer factors. Okay, and he did it as a professor at the University of New York. Well, and he's an immunologist, a professor of immunology. When he discovered transfer factors, all right, at the time, there wasn't as much excitement about it because antibiotics were fairly new. Dr. Fleming, discovered antibiotics in the 30s. And so in the 40s, it was like, we've got this miracle drug now, antibiotics cure everything. Well, we know that's not the truth today. And in fact, antibiotics are not good for health. Sometimes they prevent death, but they're not good for health. So Dr. Lawrence was the first one to discover transfer factors. Dr. Wilson and Paddock, when they discovered there's an abundance, we're talking trillions of these molecules, transfer factors, in cow colostrum. Now, how is it they discovered that? Think about it. They're veterinarians. Now, I don't know their whole history, but they work with animals. So they discovered that when a mother gives birth to a baby, she's passing along by way of that first maternal milk within the first 24 hours, you guys. Okay. So that means right away, that colostrum is thick and creamy and yellow. It's full, trillions of these molecules. Why? Because mama has already confronted all kinds of threats, diseases, and so forth. Well, now she can pass that information to baby, you see, protecting the baby. So when Wilson and Paddock discovered this in colostrum, they realized that it's not species specific. What does that mean? We're a species, we're humans. Well, if it's not species specific, that means it transcends through all the species, as long as it's a mammal. Are we mammals? Yeah. Therefore, we can benefit tremendously from these transfer factors. So Wilson and Paddock secured the first patent. All right. Well, David Lisenby comes across the patent. First, he gets excited about transfer factor and he's thinking, wow, I want this. Well, can't get it, David Lisenby, because someone else already has it. At the very same time that David Lisenby is doing his research, there's somebody else in Paducah, Kentucky. It's another state towards the east. Dr. Rob Robertson. He's also doing some research. He's starting a nutrition company and he wants transfer factor. So he contacts Wilson and Paddock. David Lisenby contacts Wilson and Paddock. You got two guys competing now to secure this, to get the licensing rights to the patent. Now, why would Wilson and Paddock be willing to sell the licensing rights? They had the patent for like almost 10 years and did nothing with it. They didn't know what to do. They're not marketers. They're not like you and I. We're marketers. They don't know what to do. So guess who won the patent? The licensing rights? David Lisenby. If Dr. Robertson had won the patent or the licensing rights, then we wouldn't be talking today. All right. Dr. Rob would be using transfer factors for his line of nutritional products. Here's what's cool. When Dr. Robertson realized David Lisenby had secured the licensing rights to the original patent, rather than having an attitude of, I'm going to beat him and compete against him, Dr. Robertson thought, I'm going to join him. So he dropped his entire project of having his own nutritional company. This is an emergency medical doctor, by the way. Dr. Robertson was an emergency medical doctor. He was giving up his practice to start a nutrition company. He calls David Lisenby, says, Mr. Lisenby, you won the licensing rights. You secured the licensing rights, transfer factor. I'd like to join you if you don't mind. Well, David Lisenby told him, it's a network marketing company. We haven't started yet. We're putting things together. Once we get started, I'll call you and let you know. David kept his word. So guess who distributor number one is? Dr. Rob Robertson. I like that. Why do I like that? Here's why. If it was some network marketer, all right, network marketers are fickle. I mean, you look, you guys, look in Kenya. If anyone's here from South Africa, all over the world, not just Kenya, all over the world. Network marketers, it's like, you know, the grass is green over there. I'm going to go over there. All of a sudden, summer comes and burns the grass. It's not so green anymore. I'm going to leave and go over there. Rather than watering it, and fertilizing it, and cultivating it, and nurturing it, and loving it, they're here and they're there. Networkers are fickle. Most of them. We're not. That's why we've been around 26 years. We stay the course. All right. Well, Dr. Robertson's distributor one. He's not a networker. He's a medical doctor. He loves transfer factor. He loves 4Life. He's retired now. The point is this. You've got Dr. Robertson, number one. Guess who distributor number two is? Dr. Dwayne Townsend, a world-renowned oncologist, cancer specialist. He was getting transfer factors from Wilson and Paddock for his cancer patients. Well, He calls them up and says, I need to get some transfer factors from you guys. Wilson and Paddock said, we're sorry, we can't do it now because Mr. David Lisenby has the licensing rights. Well, coincidence has it that Dr. Townsend lives on the other side of the mountain in Utah from the Lisenbys. So he calls up Lisenby's and says, hey, Mr. Lisenby, I need transfer factors. I got cancer patients and I've been giving it to them. David Lisenby says, I'll be happy to help you, but we don't have a company yet, but I can get the product because David has the licensing rights. So David supplies Dr. Townsend with transfer factors for his cancer patients that he uses after operating on cancer. So that's distributor number 2. Then you got a couple of people that join, and then the next one down is Dr. David Markowitz. He is a pediatrician. He started using transfer factors on children. He was able to reduce the usage of antibiotics by 85% on children by using transfer factors. Now, he'd use antibiotics when necessary, but his first go-to is transfer factor. So these were the stories that I told when I was first starting with 4Life. You see, do I want network marketers? Yeah, network marketers, they got a circle of people and they excite people, motivate people. But here's what I found. What you want is people like you. All right. People that want to build something, people that want something for their future, for their prosperity. And so when I got started, and Gabie remembers, we were working closely with Dr. Townsend, with mainly Dr. Townsend and Dr. Robertson. All right. You guys in Kenya you've got Dr. Ojina. All right. Just like we had Dr. Townsend, Dr. Robertson, you got Dr. Ojina, a medical doctor that understands transfer factor, understands our products. You have a health talk every Tuesday. Use it. Invite people to it. All right. But that's basically the story of the patents. Now, since then, just so y'all know, that original patent is long expired. Patents in the United States last 17 years. But David Lisenby, in his infinite wisdom, the very wise man, he has applied patents on top of patents on top of patents to now 4Life has over 80 patents on their technology of how to isolate, extract transfer factors, how to suspend it in liquid like Rio Vita. We got a new patent on Rio Vita recently, this year. All right. So why does David continuously secure these patents? Because it protects all of us. Nobody's going to compete with a company like 4Life on these products. Because if they do, David, he's like a bulldog. He definitely protects these patents. We don't know this because it's behind the scenes, but 4Life has actually sued people that have tried to bring transfer factor, with the same process that we have. Now, having said that, can somebody have colostrum? Yeah. Can they say colostrum has transfer factor? Yeah, they can. I'll tell you what. That's like me saying that oil, which goes in your engine, all right, if I take that oil and put it in your gas tank, will your car run? No. Oil is the raw material that comes from under the ground. You refine it and you keep refining it and refining it to get that pure fuel. And in our case, it's like rocket fuel. All right. So that's the difference between somebody taking colostrum, where you'd have to drink literally like a gallon of colostrum or like 2 liters of colostrum just to get a few capsules of transfer factor. You see? So transfer factor is very, very different. It's highly, highly concentrated. It's pure. So that's the story of the patents. All right. Long story, I know. But anyhow, it's a fun story to tell. So, sweetie, I think what we should do today is open it up. It's kind of like an open mic. And many times Gabby and I and Claudia and even Jillian, whoever's hosting, Sonia, some of us that have been, and even Trisha and people that have hosted our Mentor Mondays. We talk about things, be it prospecting, pay plan, how to use the app, messaging, inspiration. And we may not necessarily address your needs. What is it that you need? What would it take to push your buttons to get you to take action? That's the $1 million question. All right. But sometimes it's understanding something. Sometimes, it could be something as simple as being able to explain something. So let's go ahead and open it up.
I think Luis has a question.
I see Luis's hand up. So Luis, let's start with you. Go ahead. Today's open mic. Anything goes. All right.
Hi, everyone. I'm today in Bulgaria. Came to see doctors for my lady's operation. And then we find out a couple of things. Now, she is taking transfer factor, the classic. She loves the classic and the collagen, right? Out of all the collagen, she has taken all the collagens because she wants her nice skin and hair and everything. And then, but she prefers our factor collagen. Now, the thing is that she says, and it's true, that I only attract and do business with poor people, with everything. She say, you see a dog, a cat, and you go and talk to them. You see a mouse and you go and talk to them. I say, anything that moves, you just go. And then she tells me, don't, just go to people that has the money to do it. I say, but how am I going to find out? I need to talk to everyone until I found and filter the people who really want to do it. You'll be surprised if people don't have the money and they're willing to do it, they can't do it. I say, you're wasting your time, she says, with all those people from Kenya. I say, you don't even know how many people from Kenya are doing it. So it's an argument every day.
Okay. Great question. So as I explain this, first thing I want to say is, please, I'm not criticizing anybody. All right. But let's talk about reality. Reality is that there are different classes, status classes. You've got lower class. People that live in lower class tend to think a different way than people that live in the upper class. Okay. So let's talk about the classes and let's talk about networking. My mentor always taught me, work up the food chain. I mean, sponsoring up. You're trying to move up classes. All right. Now, let's talk about your different types of prospects. What's your, I don't know if your girlfriend, wife, your said lady, I think. If she is, what she is saying, in a sense, it is true. All right. I'll give you an example. I talked to somebody in South Africa. They live in, I guess for lack of better words, we'll just say slum, in a cardboard house, basically. All right. They can't even afford to buy one capsule of transfer factor. All right. Yet they want to make money. Who doesn't? People in that lower class, do they want to make money? Of course they do. Now, they would prefer to do it by lottery. They would prefer to do it for free. They would prefer to have it be easy because that's their mentality. All right. So, do you see people in the lower class associating on a daily basis with people in the upper class? No. They only associate with people of their class, you see. You are, and I say this all the time, you are who you associate with. Okay? If you associate with people in that lower class, guess how you're going to think? Lower class. Guess where you're going to be? Lower class. Count the 5 people that you associate with on a daily basis, the people that you hang out with. your income level will closely match their income level. That's just reality, you guys. So when you talk to somebody in that lower class, what you need to find is someone who's driven enough, who's bold enough, smart enough, their desire, their passion is so strong, they're willing to change classes. Okay? That means they have to think differently. It's like, I'm sick and tired of associating myself with this class. I want to move up. The only way that's going to happen is if they are bold and brave enough to start reaching out to people in that next class. You follow me? Now, you can do that. Anybody can do it. Just get comfortable with it. All right? Now let's talk about, and understand that in each of these classes, by the way, there's also levels of that. In other words, just because you're in the lower class, you might be borderline middle class. All right? To me, that's a good prospect. Okay? Someone who is, and understand also, you might have somebody from the middle class that's living right now a lifestyle of lower class. That was me. All right? That was me. That's a perfect prospect, because when I joined For Life, I was broke. But there's a big difference between broke and poor. Poor is a way of thinking. I'm poor. If you think you're poor, yeah, you're going to be broke. All right? But if you're just broke, it just means something happened and it's a matter of time for you to move back up. That was me. I was a great prospect. I was a perfect prospect for Life. Okay? I see your hands up, Luis. Go ahead before I continue.
Yes. So I'm in this 5-star hotel, sauna, jacuzzi, swimming pool, petting myself, and I know these business people, this businessman, he has a few business hotels and hospitality. And then we become friends. He likes me, and he likes my services and all that. And he said, "What do you do?" I say, "I do network marketing." And then, I see, and then he said, "What do you sell?" I say, "I don't sell, people buy." And then we start talking, and then he just, I got my transfer factor in front of him. I'm taking my thing, my product, and say, "Are you selling this?" "No, I'm not selling anything, but if you want to talk about it, when you're open to give me some advice, because I know you're proper businessman, and then you have a lot of range around you, and then I just come and put the dots for me as you like me and I like you. You can come to and open my eyes to see things I cannot see, as you're a great businessman." I said, "Why not then?" And then one day I go there. He had no time. He made 30 minutes for me. And then I go there and start talking. I can see the man, he doesn't like network marketing. He's in the old fashion of making money. I say, I need to go smoothly and slowly to this guy, because I don't have influence from the business point of view. I'm asking his advice. And then I go there, and then we just stay there as friends, yeah? And see, you don't have time, I don't have time. We're not going to talk about this now. We're just going to just enjoy it. I like your business. I told him things I like about his business. That's it. And then say, would you come and work for me? I say, I don't work for nobody, mate. I don't want to work. Do you understand? I want to be like you, businessman. I don't want a job. And then from there, he liked me more. Then we didn't have the time. Yeah. Now I talked to my lady and I said, "My beauty, listen, I met this man. He's the owner of this and this and this and this." She knows him. I said, "Wow, do you think this man can do for life?" Then the poor man cannot do for life. The big man cannot do for life. So what am I going to do? So I just need to, yeah.
All right, look, I mentioned a few minutes ago, I was a perfect prospect for Life, perfect candidate. All right. Why? Because I was broke. I needed opportunity. something to get back up on top again. All right. This guy you're talking about seems to me like he's already on top of his game, what he's doing. So when you've got someone that spends their time in their current business and they're very successful at it, the reality is you got to keep it real. They're not going to drop what they're doing to do this. Now, let's talk about that guy. What would happen if his business collapsed or something took a downturn? Now he's more open to listening. You see, that's why I like crisis. I say this all the time. I love it when our world, our all the countries, Kenya, the US, St. Martin, UK, you're all in a financial crisis. Great, because now people are open-minded. They're going to listen, you see. And so this guy you're talking about, it sounds to me like, one, when someone doesn't like network marketing, at that point, I personally ask them why. It's the best business model in the world. Why don't you like network marketing? And let them talk. Then you use your skills and explain to them this business model. I mean, and you guys, I've said this thousands of times on these Mentor Monday calls, not thousands, hundreds of times maybe. Explain the model. Wouldn't you like to have the most wonderful business, working from home or working from wherever you want? He may not want to work from home, but just work wherever you want. All right. You're an entrepreneur, you have your business, but you don't have all the responsibilities of a business. You duplicate your efforts. There's no limit. The sky's the limit. And just go on and explain all the benefits. And any entrepreneur listening would say, you know what? Wow, that sounds like a dream business to me. Is it real? Is it real? I mean, are you serious? And that's what I do when I talk to people. But again, the way you talk to people has to do, and this comes from experience. When you're talking to people in upper class, you got to be on your A game. You got to talk at their level. You know what I'm saying? Which means, don't just come across, and this is my problem sometimes because I'm like, bam, 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 bam. Just listen, converse, be professional. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it's all a comfort level. That's why I go back again, people, and again, I'm not criticizing, it's just reality. You don't see people that are down in a lower class associating with people in an upper class simply because of the way you think, you talk, you act, you dress, all those things. So what do? I mean, what's a person to do to go from down here to up here? You work your way up the classes. You see? That's what you do. You work up from lower class, maybe to lower middle class, and then middle class, upper middle class, and then getting to upper class. You see? And you get more comfortable associating with people of these classes. It's like, look, in my world now, like I'll be in LA on Saturday doing an event. I'll be with other millionaires. But these millionaires, we help build them. They're part of our organization. You know what I'm saying? So we're very comfortable Gabie and I, associating with people that have made, $50, $100 million. You see? But again, we worked up to that level. Do you follow me? I hope you get what I'm saying. So let's talk about your prospects. The best prospect of all, really, is a person in the middle class that A, lost their job, B, they're fed up with their job. In other words, they're sick and tired of just living in a status quo, and they want to move up. They want more out of life. All right, that's a great prospect. Someone who might be a business owner. Gabie and I, just this weekend, we've drove by numerous businesses and they're closed down. All right. They've been there for 15, 20 years that we've been driving by and seen them. Someone works there, worked past tense. All right. Somebody owned that business. Those are people that you want to get because they're disciplined. They were a business owner. They have the discipline. Or maybe they were a manager at that business. They know how to work with people. You see, those are people that I like scouting. You see, so I don't have a problem working with someone that is in a lower class as long as they think and act and work like they want to move up classes. Otherwise, here's what happens. They get it, and it depresses you, Luis. They're always telling you they have no money. They're always telling you everybody they talk to has no money. They're always telling you negative things. You get enough of that, and guess what happens? It starts to influence you. It gets in your head. And now you start thinking, yeah, no one's got money. This doesn't work, you know, and you end up throwing away your dreams because people there influenced you. You can't let that happen. I see you shaking. All right. So go ahead. What are you saying?
No. I won't let that happen.
Yeah, good.
Because see, what happens is that I found these people. See, I've been very cautious in how to do the pivot, the transition.
Mhm.
So I make the questions because when I offer myself, I die. Boom. So I learned not to offer myself and to do the questions and say, yeah, are you complaining? Are you telling me a story? Or you just asking me a question? Or you asking for a solution? Or do you want to find a solution to your problem? And then I find the relationship with money they have in their mindset. They're sick and tired of being poor. They're sick and tired of their job. And when you talk about money, they have that kind of what you call limitation or mindset, and then they're not there. And I say, "You telling me? Oh no, I just want to have money, enough money, like to be happy. What do you mean enough money? How much is enough money to be happy? No, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be. So why don't you want to be a millionaire? Well, and then I find out they have that problem with the money, that mentality. And then I say, so, okay, let's say how much money you think is enough for you to say you're good, you're going to be all right. Because today life, one house is just $1 million. So do you see what I mean? And then when I go there, I say, so you say you don't want to be a millionaire, but you want to have enough money. And so you're working for what? For charity? If you're working to get paid, you need and you want money. So, and there it's like my inside goes like, I said, calm down, Luis, calm down. They don't realize so they already disclose themselves and they say, yes, I really need money. Yes, I want to change. Yes, I want to do something better. I'm sick and tired of being poor. But when you're there to offer or to make them realize, then they say, no, I don't want to hear about that.
Hey, Luis, look, Luis, here's what you need to do. First and foremost, you need to recognize, okay, who needs your time, your talent, your energy, which you bring a lot of energy. Who needs it between who deserves it. If you spend your time with those that need it, you're going to be like a hamster in a wheel spinning around going nowhere. Okay? Now, this may sound mean.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Siri's talking to me. So this may sound mean, but it's reality. Okay? Everybody will want to draw upon your resources. Okay? Everybody, if I asked you all right here, who wants more money? All the hands are going to go up. Who needs more money? All the hands are going to go up. Who deserves is different. So the only way you'll determine that, Louise, is by talking to someone. If you get them involved, they say I want it, I need it, I'm excited. Okay, now are you willing to do what needs to be done? Let's go through the steps. Let's take a look at your circle of influence, your market. Now, if it's someone who's down in that lower class, be prepared, because their circle is going to be down in that class as well. Okay, so you're going to have to. It's a lot more work with people that are there, because you got to get them to think differently, work differently, move up. All right, a little bit, at least a step up. So, but let me tell you, I will take desire any day over experience. Okay, I know people that have been rich before. I know people that have had a lot of success before. And if I were to try to sign them up today in For Life, I could probably get them signed up, but they won't do anything because the desire is not there. It's like you got to have that passion. One thing you tend to find about people in lower and middle class is you can get them very passionate. They'll get passionate, they'll get excited. But the question now is, are they willing to take the steps? Are they willing to work each day, make the calls, invite the people, handle the rejection, handle the fact that everyone's not going to join them, handle the fact that a lot of people that they know might be broke and not have anything, and they got to start thinking differently. It's going to be a lot of work, but you know what? You can do it. Anybody can do it. You see? So my answer to you, Louise, my suggestion is you need to filter. Okay? And it's not your fault if someone's not willing to do the work, if you do your part. But if you continuously associate with people that want you and need you and all that, but yet they're not taking action and doing the things, you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to grow. And so that's just reality. And I'm not being mean about it, but it's just the way it is. So, identify your prospects. I see Gabby's got her hand up. Sweetie?
Yes, I was going to say, sometimes we need to take a different approach to presenting the products. Maybe you could sit down with them and ask them if there was something that you could change about your health, what would it be? A lot of people don't really think about it because as we age, we accept the fact that we're aging, but we don't have to suffer. We don't have to have joint pain when we get up from our chair. We don't have to have arthritis. We don't have to have, we don't have to, have these, when we were 20, we didn't have what we feel we have now at let's say at 40 or 50. 40 is really young actually to start having arthritis. But if you just sit down and have a little chat, you can pick out, you can pick out products that could help them, okay? And just approach them by saying, we do have an app that will also help you with that and pick out products. Utilize your app. There's so many things on here, information. I was talking to this friend of mine at church. She stopped me and told me she had 30%, I think she said 30% heart function. And she's basically wearing a mask now and protecting her immune system. But she knows that I have products for the immune system. And I explained to her what my products do. I told her I have a product, cardio, that's been reformulated. She makes good money. But in the past, because I'm her daughter's home visiting teacher for church, I would give her the products. But then she wouldn't take them. So I stopped. I'm thinking if she has the money and she can buy them, I'm down the street, or I could send her information, which I did. You can't force anybody to buy a product. You can't make them. Even if they see the results, they're just going to have to do it on their own. And how bad do they want them? How bad do they want to get better? Some people just want attention. I don't want to be mean about it, but I mean, they have a product that they've used that has worked for them. Like in her case, the lung product. And I tell her there's a money back guarantee in the United States or in most countries that have a corporate office. Okay. Emerging markets, but usually, you know, when you have a corporate presence, we are, you know, given that ability to have other perks. So just find out what your prospects need, and it's easier to explain and tell them about it, and they'll buy it.
Again, sweetie, though, here's the thing about that with the classes. If you're associate, because Gabby's talking about going to church, and the people that we go to church with, all right, look, some of them drive Mercedes Benzes, they've got their SUVs, they've all got cars, all right. No, they're not all like rich, all right, but if they have a health situation, they certainly can pull out a credit card and buy 4Life product, no problem, all right. But in most cases, especially like in other countries, people have to have a crisis before they finally make a change. It's like, you know, the doctor's got to tell them, look, if you don't do something, you're going to die. Now it's like, okay, you know, they got a problem, so they're willing to do something for it. Okay, this is where we, all of us, including me, have to identify your prospect, your audience. Okay, there are some people that you can offer them a gold brick and they won't take it for fear they're going to drop it on their toes and break their toes. There's just people that way. You have to identify. And that's why in my plan of action, the third step is identifying your audience, whether it's one person, 10 people that you're talking to at a time. What are their needs? Address their needs. Doesn't matter what class they're in now, everyone's got needs. If it's money, great, let's talk about that need. If it's health, let's talk about that need. At the end of the day, though, you're going to have to make an investment, whether it's in your business or in using the product. Well, if I identify that person as someone where the chances are 90% they're not going to make the investment because they're going to say, I don't have any money, or they're going to, it's that mentality again. Then at that point, it's like, I need to find a different kind of prospect. You see? Let me give you an example. Networking is a lifestyle. Networking is, it's not just what you do, it's who you become. A networker. I'm a networker. I've been doing it long enough now that people know I'm solid, I'm stable, I'm not going anywhere. I'm a for-lifer for life. I'll die in 4Life. All right. So now what's happening to me is some people are reaching out to me because they were with me 20 years ago and they've gone off to XYZ companies and tried it. Those companies are gone. So now some of them are calling me, Dave, I want to get back into 4Life. Why? It's stable, it's solid, there's a system, you got great products, you got a team, you've got everything that's needed for success. And so once I get someone like that,
Amen.
it's going to be the next 5 years at least working with these new people. And by the way, I want you all know one of them here that she didn't come from or to me directly, but indirectly. Jillian, I'm going to open up your mic here real quick.
Okay.
So Jillian's a good example. So Jillian, if you don't mind, I want to just have a little conversation with you, almost like a little,
Sure.
You know, go back and forth.
If I drop offline, it's because we have an electrician on site, so I'm coming in and out, just giving a heads up.
No worries. Have you done network marketing in the past?
Yes, I have.
What company, if I can ask?
Actually, I worked as my first experience was with New Skin. I was
Okay.
Galvanic Jillian when it came to Galvanic Spar way back when. That was my first experience with direct sales, and then I went into corporate.
Okay, so you went direct sales and into corporate. Can I ask, in corporate, tell me about that. Who was that with and what'd you do?
I went into corporate as for Avon Global. I started
Avon.
as a direct sale, a district sales manager, where they gave me as a challenge probably the worst district in the entire country of Canada. We used to call it ghetto land in the country, and I transformed that district from being 177th in the ranking to number 9 in 1 year.
Wow. Okay, guys, this is a great exercise. Let's identify Jillian real quick, okay? Experience in network marketing, check. Experience in direct sales, check. Experience in the corporate world, indirect marketing, check. So obviously, someone who understands direct sales, business, and we're not talking small companies. These are billion-dollar companies that Jillian's been with. All right. Now, one might ask the question, well, what happened to Jillian? All right. So, Jillian, you had an unfortunate situation. If you don't mind sharing that with us.
Yes, actually, I was involved in a car accident that I was unable to function as the influencer that I was at that time. And I had to make a life decision to start all over, not only as far as my career choice, but I had to focus on my health. So, and that included relocating my home, reevaluating how I was spending my time. So I ended up investing my time into discovering alternative ways to heal. And that's how I met Daughtrey. That's how I, started looking at holistic solutions instead of relying on pharmaceuticals and the system. And it just seemed the time, when we talk about time for life, time for life showed up at the right time to give me my time back.
There you go. Timing. Timing is everything, you guys. I said that about myself. If I was making a bunch of money doing something else when I got that first bottle of transfer factor, I probably wouldn't be here today because I would be satisfied at that time. Everything's great in life. But the reality is, for me, the timing was good where I needed something. Jillian, same way. If you look at what Jillian brings to the table much more than I brought to the table when I started. Yeah, I had experience. But Jillian, she knows social media. She knows systems. I'm learning a lot from Jillian now. All right. But here's the interesting about Jillian. If I can ask this question, Jillian, when was the seed planted with you regarding For Life? Well, first exposure. When did that happen?
Well, the first exposure was actually reconnecting with Claudia and Cowinder and a couple of other members of the team that actually were clients of mine. They were clients of mine when I was actually training on a system. I was actually working with somebody that taught social media systems for effective predictive social media, basically. So I was starting a startup company that was all around wellness. And then I know Claudia attended some of my training, and it rekindled our friendship that we had from Avon days. Now remember, she was a client, so she never pushed For Life on me. I just was aware of the brand, but I wasn't really in tune with the ingredients. What was the catalyst of switching over was when I was doing some research for a new detox kit for Dr. Ronnie. So Dr. Ronnie and I were working on a project together, which was we're starting a new company. But then typically what we did was hand off the onus of that product base to whatever they could choose to do, because a lot of them were network marketers. So we didn't want to infringe on their business. Well, now she wants to have her own detox kit, which she has one, but it's retiring. So where do we go? I spent the entire summer looking for the right fit when it comes to the ingredients. And then when I came across the For Life, ingredient listing. I said, that name sounds familiar. Let me know, let me see if I know anybody that's working with For Life. Guess what? Claudia. So I'm like, okay, it just seemed like, and then Claudia introduced me to you, Dave. Remember?
Yeah,
We had
yeah.
a call, right? And I was actually just more so trying to introduce you to Daughtrey, which you did connect with. However, it was interesting based on the conversation I had with Claudia that you saw the potential in me and you never gave up on me. So indirectly, you can continue to entice Claudia. You got to stay connected to Jillian because I see potential in her now that you knew my story. Because and then it was very nice to be looked upon that way, especially after going through what I'd gone through with the, you know, the brain injury and, you know, having to reinvent myself again. And, you know, and thankful to healthy choices and being surrounded by a community that cares. It makes a big difference. So that's why I'm passionate about supporting this company and the association that you have alongside it, Dave, because it is about the community. It is about the support. It is, products are a huge part of it. But, you know, knowing that I can reach out to say, Daniel, I know we're just getting to know each other, but I can say, I mean, and Luis has always been there and showing up on the calls, like you're part of that whole vision. And it just, you tick all the boxes. So it was perfect timing. And Claudia was a big part of it too.
Well, in talking about Claudia, Claudia's a perfect example. In fact, Donald Trump said this at a rally just a couple days ago in New York. The harder you work, the luckier you get. All right. Claudia has been persistent, consistent, just day after day after day after day throughout the years, planting seeds and following up and so forth. And all of a sudden, timing with Jillian. Now, my role in all this, I identified Jillian, again, bringing a tremendous amount of knowledge, experience, and desire to the table. She wants to get to platinum. All right. Jillian's a diamond, be diamond elite this month. Next month, presidential, that's the goal. All right. So my point is this. If you look at what Jillian's doing, she's putting systems in place. Time for Life, by the way, if you're not part of that Facebook group, join it. Time for Life. That's where we have testimonies. It's a closed group. All right. So people can put testimonies in there. Upline Pro, she's been helping get this system in place to where people can come in, be onboarded, and have a system in place where they can, you know, basically get this, read it, learn it, study it. I know Jillian said, wait before I even talk about it. But the point is, she's busy. All right. She's doing so many things right now at the same time, working with Dr. Ronnie on the detox kits, getting all that ready. And she's on the calls in the evening time, inviting people. All right. So that's what this is about, you guys. You keep them busy. You're working. You're doing it all. All right. So this is a great experience, you know, talking to bringing Luis, coming from your vantage point, Jillian from your vantage point. You see, and what I want to say now, and we'll finish up today, understand something. I look at everybody. Every single person out there in this world has something to offer. They can bring something to the table. Sometimes it's just desire. Great, I'll take it. Sometimes it's experience with desire. All right. Everybody has something. We need to identify what that is and work with that person. All right. Now, if that person's just spinning around going nowhere because, you know, they want, need, but they're not willing to do anything about it, you have to move on. You can't stay there because nothing's going to happen. So it's like Greg McKeown said at convention when he talked about essentialism. Sometimes you have to say no in order to move on. You just have to, you know, it's like in English, we say here, fish or cut bait. You know, some of you got to cut the line and you move on. I've had to do it many times. All right. That doesn't mean I don't care about that person. I love them and care about them, but I want, you know, they have to do their part. It's a partnership. Luis, go ahead and then we'll finish up.
Yeah, very quickly, because we got time. I got daughter she's from Cuba, and then I
How do you
managed.
find these people, Luis, in these off country places that are like in the middle of, you know, an island Cuba? I'm just curious. I mean, you got a country, the UK, that's just loaded with people, millions.
Yeah, I just got lucky to bring her to Las Vegas, America, last 2 months, and
Okay.
she got a job already, and then she's happy now. But I've been all this year trying to build up her mentality, like in this world, right? And then sending her videos and this and that. She knows I do for life. She knows she's taking classic. She knows this, and she knows now. Now she's more educated into what the new economy is. Now she's in Las Vegas. She knows what it is, and now she got during that walk they do from Nicaragua to Las Vegas. She got spots and things and skin condition and all that. And I said, look, we have aqua, we have this. I even got her into one of our meeting of aqua. They were telling about the aqua and all the things that she was marvelous and everything. Well, all that. I said, look, I got all things for you now. I'm trying her mentality now. No, I gave her a presentation of network marketing, what it is, so to open her mind. Now she knows she's there. Now she's there. And I said, okay, now we have to talk seriously about this like a business now, because you're earning money your first month of working. So she also studied civil engineering. Now you don't want to, your mentality is to make, now she's there now. What happens is she goes see this and she said, Daddy, they speak too slow. They need to tell me what it is. I really know. And then, no, I can't waste that time. So listen, but just get yourself time and listen to what they're saying, because you might not understand. No, you tell me later. Anyway, she listened to the aqua bit of the maquillage, makeup, and all the immune systems. And this, that is fine. That's fantastic. But you know what I found? And I already joined Monat. I already joined Monat because there was a girl that gave me, and I said, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do wrong? She joined, and I didn't even know what is Monat. And I go check on Monat, and said,
Yeah. Look,
tell you the experience.
look, again, this number it's law of averages. All right. I've had people, look, I had an experience where I called someone, this was way back to 1998. I'm prospecting, and I called a chiropractor's office, and I went through presentation with them, and he even put some of his employees on the line to listen to me, and they didn't make a decision right then. I call them back on follow-up like 2 or 3 weeks later, and they said, yeah, we just got our first case of 12 transfer factor plus. And I'm thinking, you didn't get it from me. Well, they went and got it from someone else. All right. Look, it happened. And that's why I'll say this, and we're going to finish up here. Understand that the first thing someone buys is you. All right. So you need to connect as much as you can with that person so they trust you, they listen to you, and they're not going to be influenced by someone else. Okay. That's a skill that you develop. But even then, look, it's going to happen. It happens. You didn't do anything wrong. All right. So don't think you did something wrong. It's just that prospect's kind of all over the place. You know, it's just what happens, you guys. I want to say this as we finish. It's Mentor Monday. Mentor Mondays, I am a bit more frank, aggressive, to the point with you guys. All right. If this was a business opportunity call with new people, I'd be acting very differently, because that's first exposure with someone. You got to massage them a little bit, introduce them, sell yourself a little bit, get them excited why they want to join us. All right. But Mentor Mondays, for me, I can get into it with you guys. All right. And that's why I was talking about classes and so forth. All right. So again, understand everybody lives in a particular class. All right. Upper class is difficult because those are people that are already successful. Unless something's happened to them and they've kind of fallen. It's like, Luis, when you're talking to that guy, that business person, they're already in that class and they're focused and successful in doing what they're doing. They're not going to drop what they're doing. It's like Viola Davis, the actress. They can be a customer. Go after them to get the product. Now, I'll give you a quick story. Actually, well, I'll say it for Sweetie, if you want to say it real quick. Talk about the governor of Arizona real fast. 8 years, governor of the state of Arizona, friends of Donald Trump. She's worked with Barack Obama. She was the governor. All right. She's been using our products. She's pretty up there in the classes. All right. So what do? Get her on the products. But Gabby's got a quick story about Governor Jan Brewer. Look her up on the internet, Jan Brewer.
What do you want me to say? What I asked her to do, or?
Yeah, you bet we got her. She loves the products. She's on the products. We wanted her to take a picture or a video, and she sends Gabby this message saying she can't.
Yeah, well, she texted me 2 weeks ago and she goes, I've run out of product. I need some aqua ASAP. And, I go ahead and order it I think we ordered it for her on Friday. And I texted her and I said, if you could please, promote this product with your friends and relatives. I sent her a link to the product and I said, share this link with your friends that love skincare. If you could just do like a picture, a quick video, just saying, hey, I love Aqua skincare. I use it every day. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she sends me a text yesterday and says, I received my product. Thank you so much. As far as me sending you a video or a picture with the product, she said, I'm not able to do so because I have to read this. I can't just go by what it said because I want to, Jan Brewer. Okay. She said, product arrived yesterday, quick. Thank you so much. I started using it immediately. Just saw your text about the video request when I went to text you. I'm not able to do the videos as I am on contract with an agency that prohibits me. Sorry. Could do a statement if that would help. If you're interested, write the statement for me and send it to me for my approval. Thanks again. Aqua. So anyway, I just sent her a link again to the product and said, okay, we'll give you the statement that you could write for us. And
which is good and bad. In other words, it's always nice when they write their own statement, but she was the governor of Arizona for 8 years. Governors tend to have people do things for them.
Yeah. But anyhow, it is. Aqua is a great skincare, and we are in danger of losing our Aqua skincare. So please promote it heavily. You don't have to buy the whole kit. Buy the soap. Buy the volcanic. The volcanic mask is so good. We all have dry skin, and I'm one I get a lot of compliments on my skin, but it's because I work at it every day. I use the exfoliator. The Aqua Mud Mask is an exfoliator. Exfoliation keeps you young looking, your skin. Don't just use it on your face, the mud mask. Use it on your hands, on your arms, on your elbows. Who does not have dry elbows? Come on. Use it on your legs. Do a spa day every week. Pick a day, like Friday for me is a good day. Dave's always saying, your legs are so soft.
Like, Gabby's got really soft skin. but there are other people, you guys, that are willing to do something like this person. Many of you know who that is, Viola Davis. There's our products right there.
The
She
Woman King.
she offered to send that to us, but she couldn't do a video. Why? She's under contract with Revlon. Y'all know Revlon? All right. So therefore, you know, she's endorsed by Revlon, so she has to be a bit careful not to violate her contract. But she was willing to do it, even to the point where they did send us a video from the movie set in South Africa, The Woman King, thanking us for, you know, For Life, the For Life products. So there are people out there that are in that upper class willing to do it. Again, upper class customers, they got money. All right. Money customers. Just because they got money doesn't mean they're going to drop what they have and do the business. All right. But every now and then you find someone. I know people that come from an upper class background that drop their career to do network marketing. One of them I knew real well, Jeff Olson. All right. He's now the CEO of Nerium, another company. But the point is, he was an IBM executive. Learned about this business model, fell in love with it, was converted. Okay. But generally, upper class customers that got money. Middle class, best prospects in the world because they want to get to the upper class. They've got a desire, but they've got a little bit of money. Maybe, but if they lost a job, or maybe husband and wife are working, they want to look for something to do from home, or maybe they've got new children. Mom doesn't want to drop her kids off at daycare, or the kids are going to school. She wants to be home when they come home from school. You know, she doesn't want to go get a job and just have the kids play in the street and have the, you know, problem. So this is perfect for that. Lower class, a lot of work. You got to get them to think differently, act differently, in some cases even dress differently. That's not easy, you see. So you're talking about trend, but it can happen. Let me tell you something. When that does happen, those are the best stories in the world. I was living in a cardboard box. I had Esdras Cabrera, Dominican Republic. And if you know Esdras, I met Esdras when he signed up. He literally had holes in the bottom of his shoes. Literally. Okay. In fact, Esdras, when he first started, just for the fun of it, you guys, I'm going to show you a picture here real fast. I know we're going to drop off, but I want you guys to see this. Esdras sent me this a few months back, but take a look at this. Where's the picture? Right here. I'm going to try to see if I can show this to you guys in a simple way here. That's when Esdras had been in the business about maybe 2 weeks. See, he looks like a kid on the see right there. That's Esdras Cabrera. When you look at him today, I mean, look at me. I look pretty young too. So the point is, Esdras, even though he was in the lower class, living that way, he still had gone to school. He went to an island in the Caribbean, and he went there illegally, but he learned homeopathy. Okay, so he knew a bit about wellness. Okay, he also had been signed up in a previous network marketing company called Nutrition for Life. Crashed, gone. So a little bit of experience, a bit of knowledge on wellness, completely broke, but not poor. All right. Perfect prospect. Loves wellness, understands network marketing, timing is right, joins. He's a platinum today. Esdras has made probably about $50 million now in For Life. What's my point? You guys, there's people like that all over out there, especially in times of crisis. Just identify your audience, all right? And understand there's going to be a process for everybody. Look at Jillian. She's going through the process. Talk to Jillian 5 years from now, things are going to be very different. All right? Even a year from now, A lot of things she's doing will be in place, systems in place, and then it's plug and play. It's just a matter of bringing as many people as we can, getting them plugged into the system. All right. So with that, you guys, we've gone, over time. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you. Mentor Monday, we get into things a little bit deeper. So anybody have any last comments before we finish up? Daniel, I see you put something in the chat there. What's that?
Yeah, it's just a calendar for everyone to know in uplinepro.com. If you want to go and just check on the rest of the activities that we have during the week, we have an amazing, tomorrow we're going to have Jillian also sharing an amazing topic, building and maintaining trust, also with Claudia. We're going to see also tonight, we have Real Talk as well. So we have many, many, many good activities during the week besides Mentor Monday. And today, this Mentor Monday, people, we got to see it again. I mean, today's Mentor Monday was amazing. Yeah, tell us, Dave.
Yeah, sometimes these open mics are wonderful to have. I want to say one thing here, though, again. Jillian, she's also a master of acronyms. POUR. Everybody, write this down, memorize it. I'm gonna memorize it now. POUR.
I have lots.
Passing over opportunities repeatedly. That is POUR. You're passing over opportunities repeatedly, and that's why you stay in that class. You see, you've got to fight your way out of that class, you guys. And you know what? When you do, here's what's exciting. You become extremely inspirational to others. It's like, my gosh, you went from 0 to hero, and that inspires others. But more than that, all the skills you develop, all the things that you learn, who you become in the journey, the transformation, the people that criticized you maybe in the beginning, they now admire you. They want to be where you are. And some of them even get jealous. All right. They get envious of who you've become. And you know what? When that happens, you realize that you could do it all over again, because you know how. You see, you can lose money. It's happened to me a few times in life. You can lose health. We all got sick, even COVID proved that. You can lose freedom. We lost that during COVID too. But nobody can take away the skills you develop in this journey. So that's why you continuously learn and grow and develop. And that's why I love to come to Mentor Monday, because I feel that my role is helping everybody do that, you guys. All right. Become the best version of yourself. All right. So with that, we'll finish. Love you guys. I'm going to unmute here real quick. Share some
love.
Love and energy. Thanks, you guys. All right.
Don't forget tonight's call.
Thank you.
Just a
Jillian, what's
reminder,
that?
tonight's call is going to be powerful. Just so you know, this is the one where Omar shares his story. So Omar's going to be on the Real Talk tonight. That is huge. So please like and share these things. Like the more you share them, the more visibility we get. And also the other guest speaker is Ariel Butler, whose mother is actually on our team. Just so you guys know, Donna Butler is her mother, and she's on our team. And her daughter is actually the star of the upcoming Divine Intervention TV show. So the more we spread the word, the more powerful these things, and more people are going to get their eyeballs on for life. Okay, right?
Real Talk. That's tonight at 5 o'clock California time, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning, Kenya, you guys. Set your alarms. Wake up for an hour and go back to bed.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Daniel.
Everybody, happy Memorial Day.
Thank you. Bye, Gabie, baby.
Bye.